Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again. This is another update for what I'm trying to get done at least today or so. The cell, was having it running in the car for the last few days or whatever. And even though all my routing and stuff I'm happy with, and the one little tiny relay that I had to use instead of that high amp one, even with all that, I still wasn't getting a whole lot of production because of the angle that my reservoir is sitting at, which is also the bubbler. So what I'm trying to do, at least right now, is take my windshield washer fluid reservoir, which I have unmounted, taken the pump out of it, and put in a fitting. I just enlarged the hole a little bit and put a new fitting in for 3/8 for the 3/8 line that I've got here. This will loop down and plug right into that hole, or onto that barb. Once I get this remounted again, I'll also have another fitting right here down in the corner that'll come down to feed the bottom line here for the water inlet on the cell. So the fitting that goes to the bottom of the bubbler, I'll probably either cap it off or just plug it in entirely, one or the other. I'll have to put a port either right up here on the top corner of the side of the plastic, or I'll put it into the cap. I haven't quite decided which one to do yet. And then, of course, I'll remount it and seal this up on the top, however I decide to do it, whether it be barb or just a plug. Then this bubbler will end up being mounted somewhere up in here so that I can at least have a safety bubbler in line. I would rather do this in fiberglass, but as you can see, even though it's a nice blank slate, there to work with, there's still not much room. So I might as well just use what I already have here that I know is resistant to the solutions that we're using. So for the time being, I just figured I'd let you guys know what's going on. I will be going back later and editing all these videos so that they're a little more in line and all together with one. So until the next time I turn on the camera, I'll see y'all later. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the nitrous bar that I'm using for going into the motor. Right now the carburetor is up off of the intake manifold, so I can show you this. The cell is running. There isn't a whole lot of production. I mean, visibly there is when you got just the hose in there, and just showing the hose. But as you can see, with the nitrous bar, it spreads it out some. Since there isn't a whole lot, since there isn't a ton of production, it isn't forcing it out of all the hose when the bar is tilted. But when it's flat, it's fine, which is the way it is going to be in there anyways. I don't know if you can see that or not. I will do the light, I guess. There we go. I got the cell replumbed, that hole plugged up, and the two others created for flow. As you can see, it's going down through the bottom hose, up through the top, blah, 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 blah. I do have a small leak right over here somewhere on the bottom of that lid that I crimped on with a little bit of glue sealant. Then otherwise it's going almost the way it did before, but this time it's going up through kind of the radiator and AC condenser coil, and then going to the new bracket that I made for the bubbler. This is where I originally wanted the bubbler anyways. So now it's just, right now it's just screwed in. I need to get a couple longer screws for that, but that's just a later detail. Otherwise, it will be back into the car here pretty soon, or the nitrous plate will be back in the car pretty soon, and I will probably rejet the carburetor. Down at least 2 or 3 jets right now. That should get me back to where it was optimal before, even before this hydrogen stuff. So I will work on doing that, and then I'll post up another video later after I've got a little bit more of an idea of the gas savings. So I just figured I'll let you guys see what's going on. I don't really think it's necessary to show it when it's already in the car, but if I see enough of an improvement or enough of a change I need to make to timing and such, then I'll make another video. But for the time being, I will say adios, put all these videos together for the last and final big one, and see you guys on the next update. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is to show you guys with the engine running, the cell in operation and such. As you can see, there's quite a bit of action going on there. If you can barely, I don't know if you can see it or not, there is visible bubbles coming up through the side of it. There's a new bracket and the bubbler routed all the way up to the base of the car, which is actually where I've got the actual plate set in. But the purpose for this clip is to show you, if you guys can see it on the video camera, the timing where I have the motor sitting at right now, which is about 4 degrees after top dead center. Yeah, 4 degrees after top dead center is where that is at. I'm trying to make sure if you guys can see it. I can see the mark on the camera, but I can't see the timing tab, so I'll have to look at it later. But as you can see, the motor's running really good, even at 4 degrees. The carburetor is a Holley 670 Street Avenger with the electric choke. And right now the idle screws are set at one screw turn out. And the idle is set at approximately, turn the light on, approximately 750 RPM-ish. And it's still running really well. The jets, I finished changing them out from the 65 stock to the 61 jet, and the only issue that I'm going to have right now is the initial throttle pedal, or stab at the throttle. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably get a larger accelerator pump in there for the time being to compensate for the jet change I made, because the jet change does fine later on in RPM operation. Is just right there at the transition slot. The transition slot is being a real pain for me to tune right now. So I'll probably just go ahead and just get a larger accelerator pump to ease that problem until I've got more plates in here, which I've got the plates here and the gaskets. It's just a matter of putting them in and replacing this high amp relay that I have here. Right now it's only running on this 20 amp relay right now instead of the 250 amp relay I had set up initially. As you can see, the cell isn't drawing that much, but when it warms up, it does climb up to about 20 amps-ish or so. So I will have to get a new relay at some point in time so I can get more gas production out of this cell and run more of these plates. So I just prefer to let you guys know what's going on. Last update that I'll probably have for a while. So this is MWes 68X signing off.